Alright, here is the video for one of the more anticipated repaints, at least in my little world. This is the MTCD-01SP, the Striker Noir, a repaint of Striker Manus. And it's basically just a black version of Striker Manus, and some of the bonuses he comes with really make him worth it. It's a very nice deco, and in vehicle mode here you mostly see just some silver, black, and red. And you can see a little bit of the teal back here. We'll see more teal as he turns into a robot. But he's exactly the same in vehicle mode as Striker Manus, with one minor exception, and that is these are guns here instead as smokestacks instead of the axes that Striker Manus came with. Now, Noir comes with the same axes. They're just slightly, the clear translucent plastic is more of a reddish color than orange that Manus had, but these come are what come attached to him. So he does include the axes, whereas these are part of the weapon sets. And the weapon sets all come, I'll reach back here and grab them, they all come on sprues. You kind of have to put them together, although it's not super difficult. But there's a kind of silvery gray sprue, a black sprue, and a translucent red sprue. And we'll show off those weapons when we get to it. But yeah, you can have them with the standard axe, smokestacks here on the arms, or you can put the guns on. Since a lot of the promo shots have shown him with these on his shoulders as one of the differences with them, I figured I'd go ahead and transform them with this, but you can give them the standard if you want. So yeah, to transform them, let's go ahead and... I'm not going to focus too heavily on the transformation because, like I said, with the exception of those guns, there's nothing else different about him. He's the same old Striker Manus. Go ahead and pop this gun off. Oh, well. There. Snap that bolt on back in. Come on. Rotate up. There we go. Snap in. Snap the arms back into place. Slide this forward. And again, this will get floppy in the middle, but lock into place once you get it all the way pushed up. Flip out his fist. Close that up. And same on this side. You can see some of the teal starting to reveal itself as we transform in here. Come on. Yeah. These ball joints keep popping off, and that is what happens. Tap that in. Flip his fist out. Slide this forward. Push that up. Lift his upper body up here. Actually, it's already lifted up. Flip his head around. Flip this up. Nope. Come on. Rotate here. Pull the wheels up. Again, it helps if you, when you're folding the wheels up, it helps if you take this, kind of rotate it so this angle cut comes up, and then slide them up like that. Bring his torso forward and down. Close this up. Upper body's done. Let's work on the legs. Bring them up like that. Snap the thighs all the way in. Fold up the canisters. Untap his feet. Bring them forward. There we go. It's just a matter of getting everything lined up so the angle comes back the right way. There we go. Down, snap the foot. So you bring it down. You don't want to just pull it forward. You want to rotate it at this piece in between the wheels. And then when you bring this forward, there's a dual hinge here, and you want to make sure that hinge comes flat, and then fold this back down to form the foot properly. And push it up against the leg. Don't worry, we'll zoom up here in just a second. And there he is. And again, you see a lot more teal both on the knees and the waist and the forearms as he turns into a robot. Again, he's got the guns up here. I'm actually going to swap those out and show you the axes, because we're going to use these here in a minute for all the weapons. So you're going to attach the standard old smokestacks. And there he is. And he's beautiful. Like the paint scheme and the color scheme on this is gorgeous. And if you missed Striker Manus for whatever reason, or just waiting for different colors on Striker Manus, totally worth picking up. And speaking of Striker Manus, there's a quick side-by-side comparison of the two of them, just to give you an idea of how they compare. And I'll use that, and that's actually a great seg there, because you can see Striker Manus already has one of the new weapons that came on the sprue. He's got a more kind of a G1 prime rifle with some translucent red in the middle. You can see I've used the little fan-made storage for the canopy gun back here. But yeah, so this, you kind of sandwich a piece of red plastic between these two halves, and you can give him, and any of the cross-dimension guys can hold it, but that's clearly kind of a G1-y prime rifle. Has a rail right here. You can clip some other stuff on, but so I gave that to Striker Manus. So that's one of the first weapons you get, and you get a lot of weapons in this pack, which is really kind of the focus of it. Because like I said, if you want to repaint a Prime or a Manus, there you go. There's kind of the Nemesis Prime Scourge-esque repaint that I think we come to expect now from a lot of various Optimus figures, but yeah, but the real bonus here is the weapons. Now he does have the same canopy weapon that Striker Manus had, though getting it started can be a bit of a pain. Push you out. Come on. That was super floppy on the first one. It was easy to get out, and this one's really stuck in there, but it's supposed to be able to flip out the tip here. But you get the idea. He's got the same gun, which he can hold. Now, so the shoulder guns, if you pop them off, they have those slots here to tab on, but not a whole lot else. You can't really hold on to them, but you'll notice a little tab here in the back, because he also comes with these little snub pistols, which you can hold. Again, they all have the little rail for sliding into the hands, like that, so they don't fall out. You can have them hold that as like kind of a small Uzi, or you can use that, you can attach these to the front and give them some larger rifles. And again, you get two each of those, so you can dual wield those. Right off the bat. He comes with a long gun and a sword. So you got this sword here, again, rail on the back of the handle. You can see how that goes together. It's just a translucent red piece in the middle of a couple of the silver gray pieces, as well as the long rifle here, which are, again, rail back here to hold in a couple different configurations. We'll go ahead and slide these out. You can kind of slide this into his hand, although he does, you have to angle his hand down, but he can hold that as a rifle. I'll go ahead and have him hold this sword. So there's a couple more weapons here, and any, like I said, any of the cross-dimension guys can hold these. So like if you want to have Prime hold one of these rifles, or Manus, I guess I need to use their proper names. If you want to have Striker Manus hold this, he can have one of these rifles as well. And like I said, this one has a couple different rails on it. You can have him hold it like this as a rifle, or you can slide the rail down here like this and attach these blades to it and turn it into a double blade sword. Now the blades have a little bit of a, I thought they had a little rail on them, but I don't see how you can get that into the hand. But so you've got these little blades right here. They have a little slot here that allows them to peg onto things. And when you're putting these black pieces onto the red translucent pieces, make sure you have them lined up properly, because you can see they're opposite of each other. Whereas the you can see that little tab is offset. So you want to make sure you've got them attached, everything's lined up, and you're attaching them to the right translucent piece. Just something to be aware of. But yeah, like I said, you can tab this in here. Make sure that there's a little slot back here for this to go in. And the same under here. There's a slot here and a slot up here. You want to make sure that these little translucent pieces fit in. But you can turn that into a big old sword. You can also, there are tabs here where if you want to, you can have it attach underneath the arm on both a striker mold as well as the Despotron mold. He's got a tab over here where he can wield one of these swords underarm as well. So although he only has it on the one arm, but yeah, you can give him that if you want. And we'll get into some Rider Despotron stuff here in a minute as well. So you've got all sorts of options there with these pieces. And there's also a bonus. Let me get this on here. See, a bonus. There's a couple bonus pieces here. Okay, that's, again, you also want to make sure these go on the right side, because only one of these will fit properly within those grooves, the groove down here and the groove up here, without being offset. So make sure you do that right as well. So these weapons, you'll notice, have the hole through them. There's a couple pieces here, and it looks like they attach a couple different ways, but specifically right here, there's a squarish peg that fits right in here on the little wheel well bit. So you can attach these to his back. And then you can have him carry. Would it work better the other way? It might work better the other way. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, there we go. Have him go up. So you can attach these onto here, and he can carry the swords around on his back like that. You'll also notice that there's a couple of squarish openings in here, so if you also want him to carry, like, say, these rifles, you can attach a couple other weapons there as well. Oh, right, I just got it. This is just a matter, like, it'd probably be easier if I put this on first and then attach the other piece, because that little fin gets in the way. But yeah, you can have them carry those. There's another little piece in black here that has a couple different functions. If you want, it's kind of a scope piece. It's made out of a piece of red and a piece of black. You can attach to the side of one of these rifles if you want. It also works for Despotron, and we'll show that off in just a moment. But yeah, so he can store a bunch of weapons on him, which is cool. And the last few weapons here, which I feel like the silvery gray stuff goes to, like, Striker, or goes to Manus and Despotron, and all the black weapons stay with Noir here, but they don't have to. But you also get a couple of just standard small guns. Again, they fit into anybody's hand on the little rail system. You get 2 of those. You get 2 swords, same thing, just regular old translucent, or not translucent, just silvery gray plastic with the rails for the hands, and you can give those to any of the characters. You've got a weapon extension, which has kind of a bladed, looks like a small bladed thing on this side, but again has the rail here in the middle of it, so you can take it, if you open up a hand, you can kind of slide it in and then have it be held securely, and then you can attach. It's mostly, I think, for these swords, but it does hold lots of different weapons, but you can give it kind of an extension there. There is also a kind of beam saber, again, rail on the handle, with a translucent red plastic. And on top of that, this handle also works. Go ahead and take this out. You're going to detach this piece. It's just a little rectangular slot there. And you can attach this here. And he can store this on his arm if you want to use it later, because you can take this as well as his cannon here. And you can see that the rail lines up on these two pieces. So you can take this, attach it, and have it be a scope for this. And then you can have him wield his, I'll turn it's on a ball joint, so you can turn this around. You can have him wield his arm cannon as a kind of bazooka if you want. Let me get it. There we go. So yeah, or you could have any of the other characters. You know, you could take this. You could have, if you wanted to, you could have Manus hold it. So say, you know, oh, Megatron dropped his weapon, you knocked his arm cannon off, and now Manus has picked it up. Is using it. If I can get the rail lined up here. There we go. Or Striker, or NOIR. I guess they're both Striker, but yeah. So, and that's all the little pieces that come with it. So you just get on top of like what is ostensibly a really nice repaint. I mean, like, I do like the teal. Like, whenever I like black primary paints to have the teal on them. I don't know, the teal just kind of breaks it up for me. I don't like the straight up, just here's black and red. But on top of that, you get a little bit of fun. It doesn't take long, but you get a little bit of like model kit fun, putting all the weapons together, and you get a bunch of extra weapons that all three of the current releases in the line can use, which is just, like I said, that's I think the coolest part of it. I love the repaint. He's very, I almost want to say striking, but I don't want to make that pun, although I guess I just did. But the extra weapons and pieces, and again, this has the hole on it. You could store this on his back as well. And you could, like I said, you can use these pieces on. You could give him one, and you could give Manus one as well, and have them carry some extra weapons into battle. But lots of really neat stuff going on with just these extra things. And like, I'm sure there's ways to combine and use them that I haven't even figured out yet. So yeah, a really cool repaint from what was already a really solid line of toys. I'm looking forward to the Power Master homage that we've seen pictures of. But there he is, Striker Noir from Maketoys.